So, welcome, Blessed Tribe. I'm Coach Jess. I want to welcome you again. Thank you for all my new subscribers. If you are a returning subscriber, um, on my last video or the video before last, which was posted on Friday, I said that I was going to be doing a promotion or trying to encourage people to just take more coaching sessions or whatever. So, I did have London pull the winner of the coaching session, and I'll reveal that. I'll put that in the description and also at the end of this video. So kudos to the person who commented on the video that you have just enough, where I talked about like the water bottle and I was pouring it in there, and it ended up being like just enough. If you haven't seen the video, you got to go check the video out to know what I'm talking about. But I did have two people to comment under that video, and at midnight I did close it. So I did have a winner for the free coaching session for the month of April. So I'll do another one in May. So you never know which video I'm gonna put it under. So stay tuned. So today I wanted to tap in with God is wanting me to encourage you all to think about your futures, and He wanted me to title this video "Burnout." So I was like, think about your future and burning out. So what He's wanting you to do is conserve your energy. Don't overcompensate or overgive, and then don't have enough energy at the end of your day to be able to carry out the missions and the things that He had for you to do within your purpose, for your family, for your children, and for yourself. So when you're thinking about burning out, what came to mind was I had this coworker, and she had referred to me a book. So you never know why God have you go talk to people, or why God have people come into your life. So one of the books that she referred to me is a book by author Gary Chapman, and he talked about the 5 love languages. And I am all about self-care, just learning how to love up on myself, because I feel like when we're younger, we really don't train up kids on how to love themselves. Basically, we train them to like listen, obey, we try to model and demonstrate, but we really don't teach people how to love themselves properly and what that looks like, other than getting your hair done, getting your eyebrows waxed, and just your regular maintenance for your body. But we really don't talk about boundary setting so that we can live happy and productive lives without overcompensating or over exceeding what people are giving us, and we feel depleted. So Gary Chapman, he talked about the 5 love languages. So the 5 love languages is affirmation, basically, enjoying somebody giving you compliments, or just saying you do a very, very good job, you're a great team player, you're valuable to us. Acts of services. Acts of services is pretty much like where you're just saying that I am enjoying giving you this gift card. Me giving to you makes me happy. Like that is one of your ways that you express your love and gratitude. And receiving gifts, that means that you like to for people to gift you things, people to give you things of value, new things. It could be just things that may also have sentimental value, but you like when people do things for you, to a way to celebrate and honor you. Quality time, that means that you just enjoy that one-on-one intimate setting environment with some people. And physical touch, meaning that you like when people just touch your shoulder and things like that. So when you're learning more about what actually fills your tank, and I made a video about this a long time ago, so I'll go back and share what I meant by that. So I think about our mental health and our physical health as like a fish tank. And when you constantly pour out the water that's in your tank and you don't actually put water back in it, it gets empty and empty and more empty until it's all depleted like a desert and nothing else is inside of it. So when God was telling me about burnt out, He said, Jessica, encourage people and to remember for yourself, you have a long journey ahead of you. That's when He started talking about your future. You have a long time to be able to do the thing that I have supplied you to be able to do, to serve other people, which is life coaching for me. But I want you to be thinking about whatever it is for you. Yours may be, doing hair, home decorating. I know some people are looking for people to clean. I have a girlfriend that's working on a project for her home. So many people need services that we don't know how to do. So think about whatever your niche is, whatever your spiritual gift is, you have to do and serve that thing in the kingdom for a long period of time. Death comes like a thief in the night. We never know when our last day is going to be. So God is telling us, think about your future. Don't deplete all of your energy and then you don't have anything in your fish tank to give your kids, to give your significant other, to give your family members, to give your friends, and most importantly, to give yourself. You don't want to run yourself until it's nothing left. To me, I like to operate at a tank that's half full at all times. I haven't been doing such a good job as far as my car tank, but just my spiritual and my physical and mental health tank. I like to operate um, at a mid level where I'm just not willing to give so much of myself to the point where I have to, get life support to try to rebuild myself up. And the way that you know that your tank is low is that you're constantly dehydrated. You constantly may have a headache or body pains. You may constantly be worried or stressed or sleeping way too much. You may not be able to concentrate. All of these things just throw you off. So I want you to be thinking about these 5 love languages, and you don't have to be in an intimate relationship um, in order to think about these things or incorporate them into your life. You can provide yourself with affirmations. I have a deck of affirmation cards from my spiritual teacher, Shanika Marie. So, I can provide myself with daily affirmations. You can use the I am affirmations. I am beautiful. I am competent. I am enough. I am gifted. I am spiritual. I am just enough. You can give yourself confidence. You can do kind acts of services for yourself. Allow somebody else to clean your house that day and don't you do it. Allow somebody else to clean your car and don't you do it. You can give yourself kind acts of services. Gifts. You can buy yourself gifts. You can spend time with yourself. You can go sit at a restaurant. Allow somebody else to serve you. You don't need anybody else to do that with. And physical touch. I try to incorporate that, especially like with my daughter, with my friends, just being more of an affectionate person. And even just like when I get out of the shower, just spraying perfume on my body and moisturizing my body, doing a facial routine. Those are all, physical touch. So don't think about that you only have to think about filling your tank when you're in a intimate relationship. You can do this with yourself, and this is what God is wanting us to think about. One of the scriptures that came to mind while I was thinking about your future and not burning out is Proverbs. The book of Proverbs just is like of wisdom. It just have so many little teachings in there, and it's just like, okay, I didn't even know it said all the things it said while I was studying it. So the one that stuck out to me was 19 in verse 8. It says, to inquire wisdom is to love yourself. People who cherish understanding will prosper. So this one, I just thought about mutual relationships. The way that I keep my mental health tank and physical tank halfway at a minimum is I don't engage in relationships or, conversate with people or have people in my intimate inner circle unless it's mutual, meaning that I am a high quality person. So I only want to rub elbows with other high quality people. So if you have proven to me that you're not a high quality person, I'm not going to allow you to deplete the energy level and the, mental health and physical health that I have remaining. I'm not going to allow you to just pull out of that. I'm in a place in my life now, especially after losing my mom, I get really tired and really exhausted really fast. And as things in your life happen to you, you have to build up that resiliency. And the way to keep that built up is to keep mutual relationships in your life. And these are people that hear you. They respect you when you say, listen, I really can't talk right now. I can't text right now. I can't make, that special event that's happening in your life right now because I'm working on something personally and spiritually. I just can't do it. But I love you. I'm going to support you. And they hear you. They say, you know what? I know you're genuine. I know you're just communicating with me. They hear you. They don't just ignore your feelings and what you got going on in your life. To be respected. They don't yell at you, curse at you, or say that your feelings are invaluable. They listen and honor what you're saying. And don't overshare in these relationships. If people, take a week to text you back, you might have to be a little slow, or, texting them back. And it's not like a get back situation or holding a grudge. It's just you are being mutual. And a lot of people do not like when you treat them how they treat you. And I know, you don't want to get into, matching people's negative energy, but you also don't want to get into the business of oversharing. You want to meet people where they are. If you see people who are in a sad mood, you don't want to be extremely happy around that person. You want to try to provide empathy where they are. Meet people where they are, and um don't over invest. Don't feel like you have to spend a lot of money on somebody for somebody to love you. That will eventually run out really quick, because your monies are probably best spent somewhere else in an investment where you can get something in return on what you're giving out. Because people will take advantage of you. And it's hard to think about that, especially when you are a person of love and light, and you're working on like your mental health, your physical health, you're getting into your spiritual gifts and things like that. God have placed me in so many different rooms around so many beautiful, beautiful people in the kingdom. And if you've been praying for God to connect you with other beautiful kingdom people who are like-minded, who are also, working on their gifts and trying to figure out the keys and tools and the way that we're supposed to operate in the kingdom, reading the word and figuring out, sharing ideas about what we are learning about how to operate in the kingdom. Even a lot of entrepreneurs, I've been meeting them lately. God will provide you with everything. He don't need no help. He just needs you to run the play. I don't know why Eric Thomas' words has just resonated with me, but he just needs you to run the play. He just needs for you to focus on your mental health, focus on your spiritual gifts, focus on listening, and not getting out of alignment, trying to make people like you, trying to do things that's out of the ordinary, like overshare, overgive, overtext, overcommit, and you running yourself rugged, with your tank. I think about like the fish tank. But like if you think about a fish tank, if you constantly take water out of it and don't put anything in it, the fish that's inside will eventually drown. So the same thing with your mental health. If you constantly give and do favors and give money and give resources and always answer the phone and always show up, and then when it's time for you to be fed in return, you get nothing in return. That's the way that you're gonna burn out. So God just wanted me to get on today to share Gary Chapman's 5 love languages. So start thinking about, what do you need? What do you like? What makes you happy? And start looking at the relationships that you are connected with to see if these things are actually feeding you or depleting you, because God said you will burn out. Yeah, identify your own, what feeds you, and don't be a people pleaser. And I know it's really hard, especially when you want everybody to win, but you have to get on board with people who are on board with you. Most of the time, if you're watching a video like mine, you are a high qualified person. You are a person that brings something to the table. You are the person that you like mutual relationships. You don't like when people take advantage of you. And you probably have experienced a lot of people taking advantage of you, because you may not have been thinking about your mental health like a fish tank. You may have just been thinking about, just being happy and abundant and all these good things. You don't even think about people just using you and abusing you. You hear people when they talk to you. So that's how you know that this message is for you. You are a person that when somebody tell you they got something going on, when somebody tell you they sick, or when somebody say they got something going on, you empathize with that person. You say, girl, I understand. Hit me up when you feel better. Take care of them kids. You're that type of person. You don't say, well, oh, she's trying to be funny. You don't get all into that negativity. You hear people. You respect your friends. When they say they don't like something, you don't continuously do it. You try to take other people into consideration. You have a deep compassion and empathy. These are the type of people that I'm talking to. You have to make sure that you're looking out for yourself, because God don't want you to not have anything left for your kids and for your husband and for your friends and for your family, and most importantly for yourself. He wants you to have enough for everybody, and especially for the kingdom. Especially for the kingdom. God do not want you to deplete yourself on things that are not pertaining to your purpose. You were put here to do a purpose. So think about your love languages and don't let it get empty, your tank get empty before you start, cutting off some of those relationships that are draining you. And if you don't feel comfortable cutting them off, just pull back. When you don't answer your phone for a month, they gonna get it. She busy. She not feeling the way you've been treating her, so they gonna understand when they get back in your presence. They gonna say, wow, I haven't heard from you a while. You're such a refreshing person to talk to. They're gonna be more willing to get on board, to respect your boundaries that you're putting in place. So remember, don't give it all away. Don't burn out. You have a big future and a long future ahead of you. We never know how long we got to complete our missions. So again, if you have not gotten started, make sure you press play. All boss and lip gloss, okay? Just make sure that you start taking care of yourself. Think about your mental health. And I do appreciate for the people who participated in the free coaching session. I'm just doing that because I know a lot of people, they may want to invest and they may not just be in a financial place to do it, because COVID set a lot of people back. But I do know COVID also allowed a lot of people to see that mental health is very, very important. And that was one of the reasons I started, is because I know how difficult it is. I had to also get into therapy after I lost my mom. So when I started providing those mental health services, I said, well, let me just do this to support my blessed tribe, to love on y'all, to show y'all that I'm dedicated to serving this community. And if you like what you heard today, subscribe. Come right back up here tomorrow. I'll be giving you guys another mental health motivational word. And just press play. Have a fabulous day. And I love y'all. God bless y'all. So I did get Miss London to help us draw the April winner for their free coaching session. So here is our winner.